Assume that you're going to know your list 100% inside and out, backwards and forwards, because you will. That's the easy part. Hey everybody, 52 for you here. I realized that last episode, as always, I got ahead of myself. I was doing positioning and orientation, sort of assuming that you knew what was going on here. This is the 52 for you channel. I memorize cards. So I'm going to quickly give my take on person, action, object, how it works, what I think are the do's and don'ts. So I'm using person, action, object. Let's go over that 52 for you's take on person, action, object. So what you're going to do is assign a permanent person, action, and object to all 52 cards. That's a unique person, action, and object. 52 unique persons, actions, and objects, making for 156 unique words that you're going to use as operators, depending on where each card falls in a 3-card set. Every 3 cards makes 1 picture. If the card falls in the first position of a 3-card set, you are relying on the person operator. If it falls in the second card of a 3-card set, you're relying on the action. If it falls in the third, you're relying on the object. So this card for me is Bat Throws Grenade. It used to be Batman Throws Batarang, but because of what's called internal vocalization, over time I ended up reducing a lot of the syllables from my operators in my list. So Batman became Bat and Batarang became Grenade. Bat Throws Grenade. I just call Batman Bat for syllable reduction. Bat Throws Grenade. Here it would be Bat fleeing a lion. Here it would be a fish throwing. We'd be relying on the action of Bat Throws Grenade, a lion. And here it would be a fish licking a grenade, relying on the object of the Bat Throws Grenade. Here I have fish flees fish, are the 3 cards attached to my 4 of clubs. It is okay to have an object that is the same as the person on that card. It's okay. Does not matter. I didn't realize that initially. A lot of these cards have been changed over time, like I said. So lion licks lion, another one with the same thing there. So let's just do a few for fun. You can see how many possible, you can see the way this works. Lion flees grenade, fish licks grenade, fish throws lion, lion flees grenade, I already did that. Lion throws fish, fish throws lion, bat flees lion, bat licks fish. See how that works? These lists sound like a lot to tackle, but what you're going to do is break everything down into categories. So clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, 13 cards in each. That means pick a category for clubs. Mine are animals. You only have to come up with 13 animal-related person, action, objects. My diamonds are Kung Fu Panda characters. I like the movies. Not as much as it would sound if you watch this channel. I mention it a lot. It's just, those are my diamonds. That's what it is. Hearts are people I know. And spades are superheroes/villains. And you only have to come up with 13 unique people, and then for each category, and then an action and an object that seem to make sense to go with them, so you're going to remember them. Don't put so much weight on being able to remember the list. Here are some cards that have changed over time due to internal vocalization. This was Aquaman. It's a 4 of spades. It was Aquaman flips a ship. My 4s across the board have to do with water. 3 out of 4 of them. You don't have to be 100% diligent to whatever you come up with for these cross categories. My 10s are larger characters. I picture a 10, a stick figure with a big round belly attached, the 1 and the 0. So my 10s across the board are bigger characters. My 6s are evil characters, no matter if they're animals, Kung Fu Panda, people I know, or superhero, supervillain. My 6s are evil or bad. My 7s are heavenly, 7 heaven across the categories. You don't have to do this. It's just a little tip. Not at all necessary, really. It helps with remembering the list, but you should not value remembering the list as much as you should for the functionality of the list. Assume that you're going to know your list 100% inside and out, backwards and forwards, because you will. That's the easy part. What you need to put more weight into is the functionality of that list. So, example right here: Aquaman flips ship. Aquaman was too cumbersome to get, we're going for speed. Aquaman became Flip. I just named him Flip. Flip flips ships. This was another one, 10 of clubs. Larger character, animal, orangutan. You ever see that video of the orangutan online cutting a piece of wood with a saw? So I attached to my 10 of clubs, orangutan cuts wood. Orangutan, it's a mouthful. So I just named him He. He cuts wood. or he throws lion, or he flees grenade. Whatever he does that thing, not orangutan. I think for a while he was also named Maurice after Planet of the Apes, but didn't need it. Unnecessary syllable. This is the biggest one. As far as an example for functionality over remembering the list, Dove drops love is what it is right now. Dove drops love. And for love, I imagine just a big heart that characters interact with. So fish throws love, fish throws a big heart. Fish licks love, fish licks a big heart, right? Or bat flees love. Batman in that bottom right corner facing up is fleeing a big heart. So love is an object for me that I'm able to, well, don't say that, but what this card used to be is Dove bestows, bequeaths wreath. A dove bequeathing wreath. And it was a 7, it's a heavenly character, so I imagined a dove doing something very nice. And I imagined it flying down, placing a Greek, I don't even know if that's the correct word, a wreath of leaves around somebody's head like a crown. Bequeaths. What a mouthful. Dove drops love. Much easier to say. And that's what brings me to my next point. Drops. Licks, throws, flees, drops, flips, cuts. You know what it's not? Licking, throwing, fleeing, dropping, flipping, cutting. Lion throwing fish, dove flipping wood. No, he licks grenade, fish drops ship. And see that? See that little stutter there? That's what brings me to another tip. Fish drops. 4 of clubs, 7 of clubs, 4 of spades. Fish drops. If the face value of the object matches the face value of the person, and they are the same color, the object disappears. This 4 of clubs, 7 of clubs, 4 of spades is fish drops. 4 of spades, my flip, my Aquaman, flip drops. Fish disappears. Same with this. Ace of clubs, 10 of clubs, ace of spades, technically would read lion cuts grenade. But for me, lion cuts. It's the same face value, they're both an ace, and they're the same color. So that becomes lion cuts. I think it's good to honor pairs, and if you can come up with a way, honor sequences. The more things that you can honor with little tricks, the more patterns that you can recognize and implement shortcuts. If you by recognizing patterns, I don't have a ton, I've got a few. That's one of them though. Same face value, same color, same set. This one disappears. That's what I have for person and object that match. Let's say it was ace of spades, ace of clubs, 10 of clubs. Perhaps what I could do is take out the person and do licks wood, a personless image. I don't do that. It's just a thought. And the last tip I'll give for this video. Ace of club, 10 of club, 4 of spade. Ace of spade, 7 of club, 4 of club. Let's say this is two sets away. So you have another 3 cards in the middle here. It doesn't matter. It can be right here. It can be 2 sets away. It can be 3 sets away. It can be the entire deck away. It's fine. If you recognize it. If you get to this ace of spades and you know that ace of clubs was there, here's what I do. Lion cuts ship. Lion drops fish. I call it the same thing as the first of the matching set to appear. Or if it had showed up this way, bat drops fish, bat cuts, and it can be fish. You can recognize that 4 of clubs and that 4 of spades match as well, right? Same face value, same color. If you recognize them, you don't have to acknowledge them as the pair, but it helps. Because then when I go to recall my deck, let's say this is the very first set, and this is the second set, and I do recognize, obviously back to back, you're going to recognize, hopefully, that the ace of clubs is directly after the ace of spades. You're hoping to. It won't come naturally at first, but hopefully over time trying this, it's going to happen. You're going to recognize that as a second bat, and then when I recall the deck, I think, what were the bats up to? I think back to the start of the deck, what were the bats up to? Bat drops fish, bat cuts fish. This would be super lucky because I have 2 matching pairs. And then I just have to really remember drops and cuts. Bat drops fish, bat cuts fish. But what were the bats up to? That's a big help. So person, action, object. Come up with a unique person, action, and object. They can match within their own set, like fish flees fish. But they cannot match a word with another card. 156 unique words. Again, give or take, depending on if you do fish flees fish, stuff like that. Lion licks lion. I have a few of those. You're going to use those as operators. That's person, action, object. Break it down into categories. You get to take useless information that you have in your head. Let's say you watched Game of Thrones twice, the full thing, front to back, every season, every episode twice, and you have all this information in your head that you can't apply to anything. Now you can. It's useful for cards. You've been doing preemptive card training without knowing it, just by watching SpongeBob 5 times, just by reading comic books or playing video games. You've been doing preemptive card training this whole time. You didn't know. So Simpsons, clubs, Game of Thrones, diamonds, Dragon Ball Z, hearts, and the Harry Potter series, spades. You've been doing the training. So then you think, Voldemort, what does Voldemort do? Voldemort kills wizards. Voldemort is too long. Tom Riddle kills wizards. Still too long, call him Tom. Call Voldemort Tom. Tom kills wizards? How about he kills all sorts of people, because you know it's shorter than wizards? Folks. Voldemort kills folks. Not killing. Killed. Kills. So those are my tips. That's my P.A.O. That's a little bit of what's going on. December 8th is when 4 videos a day start on this channel in my 1,000 episode series. My voice is back. It comes back just before that. And then the scheduling ramps up on December 8th. Up until then, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, voiced by a robot. I wrote all the scripts. It's all my lessons. But I've been working like crazy on the ones voiced by me. So December 8th, that scheduling is going to go up. December 11th to 17th, 4 episodes a day. I'm going to recap everything you might have missed in those first 35 episodes. So for 6-7 days, I'm going to recap everything that's happened up to December 8th. All the robot voice ones, so if you don't want to watch them, if it's not your thing, if they're hard to follow, I understand. And feel free to skip them. Feel free to skip the shorts between now and then, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They are going to be recapped December 11th to December 17th, and then it's all new territory. And I can tell you right now, I'm already scheduled into January at 4 episodes a day. A new tip, a new method, a new secret every episode. All right? Thank you for watching. If you have Samuel L. Jackson, call him Sam. See ya.